All right, here's a quick algebra lesson that you will need for physics class. Okay, all right. If you have fraction operations, like dividing fractions, so a over b, that's a fraction, divided by c. All right, you can think of c as being a fraction, which is c over 1, right? So you will have, let's go over here, a over b over c over 1. And then, well, when you have fractions like this, you take the denominator, invert it, and multiply. So it will be a over b times 1 over c. So invert it, c over 1, you invert it, it's 1 over c, and then just multiply. Then you get a times 1 on the top, and in the bottom you get b times c. So it's a over bc. So right there, a over bc. So done with that one. Now next one, okay, a divided by a fraction, b over c. So you do the same thing. So that's a over 1. So invert and multiply, and you get this. So spend some time and try to go through it. Do it once to convince yourself. Okay, use algebra. Next one, a over b, that's a fraction, times a variable, something, just a number. So a over b times c, you can imagine c over 1, right? So it's a ac over b. Okay, and then you got two fractions dividing each other right here. Okay, and then invert and multiply. A times d over b times c. Pretty simple. Next one, you have a over b equals c over d. Okay, you can invert both of them. Remember, you cannot do just one side. You have to do both sides. So do both sides. So a over b becomes b over a, and then c over d becomes d over c. Okay, and then as you know, you can cross multiply them also. Okay, so you get a times d equals bc. And that's a little trick. You can even rotate this, but we won't go into it. Okay, rotate, what do I mean? So a goes down here, b goes over here, and d goes up there. Anyway, all right, so here's a little more advanced. If you have two equations like this, a equals b equals c over d, and this can be something complicated. It can be a plus I don't know, x, okay, equals to b plus y, or any expression, you know, huge expression. Here's another big expression, you know, banana, orange, and then you divide them. You can divide this too. So this equals to this, and this equals to this. So you can divide equation 1 and equation 2, and you get another equation, a over c equals to b over d, as you found out on your last test. Okay. All right. Let's apply this to physics. So meter per second square, as you all know, that's acceleration. So you break it down. It's actually meter over second times second, which is meter over second. So they're all equal. So that's how we use algebra to understand physics. Meter per second, that's velocity, right? That's velocity per second. So velocity on the top and time at the bottom. So velocity changing with respect to time. Okay, rate of change. Well, that's acceleration. Okay, so velocity over time. That's how you get meter per second square in the first place. Remember, v final minus v initial over t. Okay, right there. All right. Direct proportionality. Okay, so p is directly proportional to t. Okay, this can be, you know, a or b, it doesn't matter. I just use p and t. Okay, so that means p is equal to some constant. A constant is just a number like 10, 20, 0.5. So some constant times t. Okay, so from this sentence, you can just write this equation and it will be true. Okay, and from this, use algebra. So it will be p over t equals k, which is, you know, constant. Okay, just a number that doesn't change. That's a constant as opposed to variable. P is inversely proportional to v. All right, so inversely, that means one goes up, the other goes down. It's actually P, they have a symbol for this. Okay, I'll show you symbol. this symbol means proportion. So this is P is directly proportional to T, and then P is inversely proportional to 1 over V, right? Or inversely proportional to V, which is you write 1 over V. Okay, so basically translate from that, that's a mathematical notation into the equation right there. P equals to K over V. So when you have inverse proportionality, you can always write it like this. So can be apple is inversely proportional to banana, and that's a constant. And then use algebra, so you have PV equals K. Okay, and then here's the last thing, density equals to mass over volume, and make sure you know how to manipulate this. Okay, you can use a triangle, use whatever that you have learned, but make sure you know the algebra to go from here to here, right, and to here. Okay, it's all algebra, piece of cake. All right, have fun.